I like to divide quilting into three main methods. The first is the pantograph, the second is free motion quilting, and the third is custom quilting. There are many, many different ways that you can delineate quilting, but to me these are some good basic categories that we can talk about. The first one is the pantograph. Pantographs are made by either tracing a paper pattern with a laser or stylus at the back of the machine. Or if you have the computerized machine, you can use digitized patterns and the computer-guided machine will stitch those out automatically. A pantograph goes from edge to edge, top to bottom, over the entire quilt. It is typically a single pattern, and I like to describe it as wallpaper for a quilt. This particular quilt that I'm showing here, at first glance, you would probably say, well, the only way to quilt that is with custom quilting and do stitch in the ditch along the seam lines and maybe drop in a design in the center and especially in the setting triangles. But in this case, I chose to use a monopoly thread that is clear and do a pantograph across the entire quilt because I wanted the piecing to shine, not the quilting. And on the back, that's where the surprise comes in. I used a variegated thread, and now you can see the quilting loud and clear. It is 2 rows. This is the first row right here, and the second row, and you can see, again, it repeats from edge to edge, top to bottom. This quilting, a pantograph, is very quick, very easy. It can be simple patterns, it can be more complicated design, a little more intricate, such as this one is. I like to use them for utility pieces such as table runners, baby quilts, cuddle quilts, bed quilts, anything where you want to get in and out fast. It's also a little less expensive if you're paying somebody to quilt for you or if you are quilting for others. And it gives a beautiful look to the quilt. There's absolutely nothing wrong with pantographs. In fact, if you look behind me, these two gorgeous quilts are both done with pantographs. And this one in particular with the contrasting thread, it adds an extra layer of depth or dimension to the quilt and is absolutely stunning. The next method of quilting up from the pantograph that's a little more involved in my mind is free motion quilting. Free motion quilting is where you are personally moving the machine across the quilt sandwich and you are creating the designs. It is you doodling on the quilt or drawing on the quilt, if you will, with thread, and the design just simply flows. It could be meandering, it can be loops, swirls, stars, flowers. You're only limited by your artistic ability. And another thing that you will oftentimes see free motion quilting used for is outline quilting, as I did here around the flowers and the hummingbirds. I just simply followed it and then came back and followed some more, and it was all done free motion. Both are very, very viable ways of getting your quilts done and having a lot of fun, and I think you'll get a lot of compliments using either method. In the next video, we're going to talk about custom quilting, which is a lot more involved and contains many different styles of quilting.